Hey guys, it's Charlie. I want to bring you a headline, Economic Horror as Data Plunges. Now, I put out almost 300 videos. Actually, I think it's over 300 videos since I started doing these back in 2008. And I take a little, I think, good-natured ribbing for the fact that my titles are Crisis This, Collapse That, Calamity This, That, the other thing. And the reason is because I cover these topics that I think indicate we are in collapse. I think it's been a matter of papering over for the last couple of years, a sales job that has been done on the people of the world, that we can bail out debt with debt. We can fix the problems of the too big to fail by making them more big and more powerful than they were before we got into this mess. But the title I just brought to you there isn't from one of my videos. It's a title from a CNBC piece that I'll attach with this video. In this piece, Mike Riddell, he is from M&G Investments out of London, sends a note to CNBC, basically a warning saying, you know what, things are bad. Not only are they bad, they're as bad as they were back pre-Lehman collapse. Sounding the alarm that things are about to get really, really nasty in this country and around the world for that matter. And in fact, when we look at what's happened over the last 3 years, we see what a lot of people have been saying, myself included, is this has been nothing more than transferring failure onto us and transferring future wealth that we might earn and giving it to the too big to fail. How many billions and trillions of dollars have been spent keeping these too big to fail in power and taking their failure and giving it away to somebody else? Like magically, we can say their debt doesn't exist anymore, transfer it onto the Federal Reserve balance sheet and pretend that everything's okay. Well, it is okay as long as there's confidence in that dollar, as long as there's confidence in the fact that, papering over things is fixing the problem. Well, it's starting to come home to roost now at the end of QE2, which will end this month, that nothing is better. Jobs report came out from ADP today showing 38,000 private sector jobs created. The anticipation was 175,000. In Mike Riddell's letter to CNBC, he said, he pointed out the obvious. Things that we've been saying on this channel for a long time, things that you've heard in alternative media for the last, 3 years. Housing down 5% in the last year. Pending home sales, existing home sales have plunged. The manufacturing came in at a disappointing number. And even the Citibank or Citigroup Economic Surprise Index has fallen from positive to negative in the span of about 2 months. So, and in fact, it's right at where it was right before the Lehman collapse in 2008. Now, the reason I'm rehashing all this, bringing you this headline, is because I'm going to show you what is coming next, in my opinion. What we're going to be faced with next is some choices. I think we're going to be shown another 2008 type collapse scenario. And we're going to be asked to do the same thing we did in 2008, which is to sit back and watch our financial future be continuously destroyed, by our non-representing representatives in D.C. who at first had the courage to say no to a bailout and then went ahead and did it anyway. We're going to be faced with this again, and they're going to tell us it's for different reasons. They're going to blame it on Greece. They're going to blame it on terrorists. They're going to blame it on anything and everything under the sun, except for the people who brought us here, these too big to fails that are the only ones sitting fat and happy in this economy. We have to do everything that we can do. Now, I get this a lot in videos too. What are we supposed to do? I've said for a long time now, first thing you need to do is mentally prepare, get yourself right in the head. And the first thing you need to do is realize that everything that's come before us is propaganda and everything going forward is propaganda. They will let truth slip out as they are right now when it serves the interests of the powers that be. And of course, we're going to get this negative data right now. Why? Because QE2 is coming to an end in June, and we're sitting with our Treasury Secretary demanding another $2 trillion in debt to get through the rest of this fiscal year. This isn't accidental that this negative news comes out today. It isn't accidental by any means. The economy is no different today than it was yesterday. The news that's being presented is meant to scare the public into allowing more extraordinary measures. So what I recommend people do is do everything in your power to wake more and more people up to the truth. The truth of the matter is the economy is in desperate condition right now. It was yesterday. It was a year ago. It was 2 years ago. It was 3 years ago. The only thing that's happened in the last 3 years is we've transferred the wealth of a nation to a bunch of too big to fails, and they're about to do it again. Stories are attached. That's all I got.